Hey everybody, this is Charles Warner with Innovation and Tech Today and Sustainability Today, and I'm here with Gary Chittim from Planled, and he is the Vice President of Marketing. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing great. You're at the ballpark. It's a beautiful day. How could you be doing anything but great?
It literally is. If you could describe the weather, it's perfect. It's great. We've got the Dodgers in town, a couple teams in a pennant race, and we're here to talk a little bit about lights.
Yep, these are the lights that we put in. This was the first LED lighted stadium in Major League Baseball. We're very proud of what we did here. We're partners with the Mariners. We've been very close to them ever since we did it. That partnership has been just great for us.
Yeah.
That led to many other opportunities. We went to Yankee Stadium and did them after the Yankees came out here, saw the lights for themselves, saw how great it was. And so they decided, hey, let's get them too. So then we did the Yankee Stadium, and now we're doing some NHL, some NBA, and moving right along.
So take note, the Mariners beat the Yankees in at least one thing.
That's right.
So let me ask you, what is the feedback that you're getting? You know, from the teams, from the player. You know, just overall, what is everybody saying about these lights?
Well, the best thing that you can have happen is have nobody say anything. Right. I mean, there was nervous moments the Mariners expressed to us that they were worried that players might have complaints, might worry, say something about it, like their batting average is low. Well, it's because of the lights or whatever.
Right.
Nobody said a word. So we kept it that way for a couple of years. So we didn't really blow it up. And then we started to talk about it. I spoke to Nelson Cruz about it, and he was saying that for the first time in his career, he can pick up the spin of the ball in a night game.
Wow.
In the daylight, you can always see the spin of the ball. Daylight's the perfect light. We've tried to get as close to daylight as we can. Okay. And the uniformity and the levels in here are as close as you can get. You'll never beat daylight, but you can try. And he has said that he was able to pick up the spin on the ball, and that, of course, is a big deal to a batter.
That's boomstick, and he hits a lot of home runs, too.
He does hit a lot of home runs.
So when were they installed? What year?
2015.
Okay, so 2015, and now the Yankees, you think other stadiums are going to follow?
MLB is just going that way, and we're not the only company out there doing it. So there's a lot of LED sports companies that are out there. They're doing almost every stadium. I would expect that Major League Baseball within the next 5 years to be completely.
I mean, if you wanted to summarize the benefits, I mean, it's just kind of what would you say? It's financial. It's common sense. I mean,
well, visually it is far superior to the existing lights. Financially, it just makes all the sense in the world. We've seen what happens in a malfunction with the old lighting systems. If they go down, then you got a 15-minute uptime for them to get back up and going. So
wow.
Just a minor energy surge can do that, knock those things offline. In fact, that was one of the motivating factors for the Yankees, is to avoid that situation. These are on and off. You can isolate banks of them. You could have somebody do the national anthem and just have all the lights except that one right on them. You can do all kinds of theatrical things with it. So there's those advantages. And then the cost savings is a 60% reduction in energy consumption, which is just great.
Wow.
And they use this park for more than just baseball. So they have events here and concerts and whatnot. Pearl Jam was just here for a couple of concerts.
Right.
So it's saving money for them, and then also these lights, almost everything is recyclable.
Wow.
These are like, it's like components more than, this is not gas and glass. This is not mercury that they're pulling out and you have to treat and take to a landfill, and that's what they had to do with the old lights that they had here. So it's just environmentally, it's a far superior product economically and visually.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Do you think that this is just the beginning as far as LED lights, other sports, things like that? What is kind of the situation with, say like basketball and hockey? Are they going that way as well?
They are. We did the Moda Center in Portland for the Trailblazers. We did the Pepsi Center in Denver, as you know. And the Avalanche are playing hockey under it. We're doing another NHL hockey facility. That is just going to happen. It's better for every sport. The more they perfect LED technology,
right,
the more sense it makes.
Yeah.
And it's reached a point now that you can't ignore it anymore. It is just so attractive to sports companies that they just are just doing it. Just the same way that big industrial companies are doing it now. It's just improving safety, visual acuity. When people are working with fabrics or whatever, they can see what they're working with better.
There's a reduction in migraines or by having better light? It's better for the workers, the employees?
They are, and That's largely due to the flicker level that you get in neon lights. You don't see it, but it's flickering at a pace that your eye is adjusting and working with it at all times. Proper LED lighting, some have flicker, but when you're doing it right, you don't have the flicker. And that really was a selling point for the broadcasters, because the super slow-mo, you would get that wagon wheel effect,
Yeah.
you know, that strobe,
Right.
and now you don't get that anymore because that flicker is gone. So the eye is not working as hard, you don't have as many headaches, and in an office setting, people just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And we even take it further than just the LED lights. We have tunable lights that we put in office settings that try to reflect a dawn to dusk experience and help circadian rhythms, help people's eyes adjust and help them sleep better at night and be more productive during the day.
I actually noticed at our office, people work in their office with their lights off. And I think that's weird. And I always go in, I'm like, why are the lights off? Why are the lights off? And I think that, you know, and they tend to be the younger, you know, the millennials, but I think that they just like working in instead of the harsh, you know, fluorescent lights,
Yeah.
they would rather work with no lights at all. So
Yeah, there's a whole industry out there with it for tents that people can put over their desks now.
yeah.
And block the light and use task lights instead. And you know, the task lights are all LED lights. And
So tell us real quick, where did this technology come from? Because it seems like LED lights have kind of just burst onto the scene, and I'm just wondering, it seems like the light bulb hasn't changed for a really long time. When did this LED technology start becoming prominent, you know, kind of around what time, and how did it get started?
well, it's a slow evolution, and I think nationwide, worldwide, I think we're only at about 6%. Adoption of LED technology. So it's still evolving, but it's been around for about 15 years as far as on commercial use. And a lot of the problems that they had with it is it was so bright that they had to figure out ways to bring that down. You've heard with the street light issues, you know, and we've always advised, you know, keep that warm. Don't make the light that you have in SafeCo Field out on the streets, you know, bouncing into people's homes, because it is energizing. It's biologically effective on your body. You're having an effect to that blue content.
Wow.
You know, it does energize just the same way if you on your tablet all night long, you are amped. It's
Right.
hard to go to sleep after you do that.
Yeah.
Because your body is accepting all of that blue light.
Yeah.
So the technology, back to your question, I got off course there, but the technology has just been steadily getting better and better, and more companies are taking it on, and more scientists are fine-tuning it. So, like I said, it's 10 years is just a quantum leap, and I expect the next 10 years to be even more.
Wow. So so the organization's adopting these lights. They're saving money. It's better. It's a better quality light. It's more sustainable. And I think you also mentioned you don't have to change them as much. So as far as like labor goes, the LED lights, how long do they last in between having to change them?
Well, with the limited use that they have here, these lights this will be the last set of lights they ever buy.
Wow.
This is it.
Wow.
So yeah, this will last as long as the stadium, and our partnership is going to make sure that they never have to buy any more lights. So yeah, it's 10 years usually in a normal use situation, but these are stadiums just don't use their lights very often.
And the old lights had to be changed, what, every 2-3 years?
As they degraded, the fixtures themselves degraded, they had to start replacing them more and more often.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. The fixtures get old, and then the bulbs don't last as long. So.
Awesome. Well, listen, Gary, thanks so much for taking some time with us. We'll definitely cover it more in the magazine, and keep on doing what you're doing, man. You guys are making sustainability cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, this is Charles Warner, Innovation in Tech Today and Sustainability Today. We'll see you next time.